every single moment you're either supporting the foundation of your specific person manifestation or we're slowly tearing away at it. And the tearing away of it is negative thoughts, negative beliefs, negative mindsets, right? And though first, I don't want to freak you out. It is okay to have negative thoughts, negative emotions, and negative worries. But over time, those begin to just slightly tear away, poke at the foundation of our manifestation, which eventually could potentially make it seem like it's falling apart. But instead, every positive belief, every positive thought, every positive mindset actually begins to increase the foundation of your manifestation. And the reason that I'm actually even talking about this is because I found a lot of individuals in a specific person manifestation, and maybe you're one of them, are seemingly doing fantastic, right? Have a great life, super confident, but are not getting the results that they want with their specific person. Or they've been manifesting or trying for years or months or weeks and not receiving any movement. And I found it's almost sometimes, because again, think of a giant skyscraper, right? That has a pretty solid foundation. You can think of the biggest building, skyscraper, most concrete surface you could ever imagine. But if you slowly begin to tear away at it, even slightly, you take think of a skyscraper, you take a little centimeter out from the foundation day after day after day, there's going to be a point in which the whole thing falls. And think of how much effort was put into building it, and just little scrapes away at the foundation completely destroy it. That can be us in our specific person manifestation. And the way that this actually manifests or shows up in our reality is like little jokes that you might say, like, oh, joking that your specific person doesn't like you, that you might not be with them. Things like that, however small they be, are those little chips away at our foundation. So have you ever found yourself joking like, oh, I'll never be with my specific person. Oh, I guess they just don't like me. Things like that. I have before in the past, and I know I've seen people in coaching sessions do it. It does not help at all. I was even going to include, and I could bring it up on my iPad here. I was even going to include comments on my Instagram posts that talk about people manifesting. And sometimes you'll see people comment, maybe even on my YouTube comments as well. We'll be like, oh, no, I'll make a title that says your specific person loves you or something like that. And someone says, no, they don't. Someone commented, so hopefully their manifestation's a total 180 now. But they commented, no, my specific person doesn't love me. They're on vacation with their boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever it was. And think about that. Does that help, right? Does that help us? In what reality is that going to help us get to our manifestation? Now, will I say sometimes we feel this way? Yes. Don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad if you ever said this or thought this way. That doesn't matter. But we have to think, does this actually help us, right? Are those thoughts going to push us towards our manifestation or take us away? And the really obvious answer is, yeah, it's going to take us away, right? Like any disempowering idea isn't going to help us. So then why do we even think that way at all, right? Why would we even say things that, again, right now we might not have realized? Well, I think we kind of know that any negative thought, belief, or action isn't going to support us to our specific person, but we know they're not good for us. So then why do we ever say it? Why not instead of kind of slightly chipping away at the foundation of our manifestation, every positive thing you say adds to it. Every positive joke, every thought or belief or feeling, visualization, affirmation that points towards your specific person, that's adding to the foundation. And I would say positive thoughts are 1,000 times more powerful than any negative thoughts. So any negative little crack away at your foundation can be dually, overly redone by just a positive affirmation, a positive thought, or a positive belief towards exactly what you want. But I wanted to make this video because think of your manifestation. Is this something you have found? Do you feel maybe kind of stuck in the middle of in your manifestation, trying to see movement? In this case, look at your mental diet and what you maybe have been saying to yourself. Because I know what we say, what we think, things like that don't necessarily totally, they do have an impact, but it's really the law of assumption. It's our assumptions, it's our beliefs that are going to create. If you feel like your name is Kyle, you could think my name is Steve every day, and really not going to change your belief, right? A belief is this set in stone thing. But over time, that little idea saying that begins to slightly chip away at it ever so slightly, totally unnoticeable, in the same way that when we are adding to our foundation, we're basically adding or getting closer inch by inch to our specific person manifestation, no matter what your beliefs are. That's why sometimes we want to be persistent and patient when manifesting, because every time you do your affirmations, even though you don't seemingly see or feel a difference, you are getting closer to your manifestation. That is something that I know you know for sure. That every single time you do your affirmations, every time you visualize, every time you feel them, every time you state a positive thought or think something that's very positive or towards your end state, you are moving more towards that state. Now, honestly, you can, as you've always known, you can switch states as instantly as you want, really. Now, are we always going to switch states instantly? No, really. That we always have the possibility, but don't feel bad if you don't instantly switch states. But so that's why this idea is going to come in, because where we feel we are, so where we are here, and where we want to be, the distance that we are perceiving, right? There is no distance between these two individuals. So you right now and you being pursued, irresistible, loved by your specific person, these states are the same. They're within you right now, but the perceived distance is how much work, quote unquote, we're going to be using or needing to change. And so that's when this idea of like inching, think of every single belief. I think I actually made a video too on like voting, like everything you say, everything you do either votes for the state of not being with your specific person or the state of being with them. So what are we voting for? Right? What is it? Are we this architect or construction worker that's adding to the foundation of us being loved and irresistible by our specific person? Or are we the construction worker, the demolition worker, who's slightly taking away from the foundation bit by bit, inch by inch, over and over again? Because that's what I've always found people or individuals fall into, like a spiral, and think, oh my gosh, it's impossible for me to manifest because of these ideas, because they're slowly chipping away at the foundation. And then they end up looking at their foundation like, this is horrible, right? Like, I'm going to totally fail. But then one positive thought, affirmation, belief completely undoes the whole thing. And which is crazy to even imagine that you're not already with your specific person then, because with that in mind, it's much harder to chip away at your foundation as it is to support it. And very basically, think about even the concept, it's just as easy to say something negative as to say something positive. Like here's a quick little rant. I don't understand when people comment, no, my SP doesn't love me. No, I can't be with them. They never want to be with me. What's the purpose of that, right? And I know you would never do that, but think of why. Let's support everyone. Let's give everyone light. Let's give everyone abundance, because everyone can have and be with whatever specific person that they want. It's just crazy to me that anyone could ever doubt themselves in that way. To me, mind blowing. So if you're someone who maybe have thought that in the past, maybe you're thinking that right now, you can have your specific person I guarantee you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's if you want that thing or not. Are you going to decide to be with them or not? That's all that we have to worry about. But thank you guys so much for stopping by today. If you did have any questions or comments on this idea, talk about your foundation. Is your foundation, comment that your foundation is firm and stable. And if you believe that the foundation of your manifestation with your specific person is firm, stable, abundant, leave a thumbs up on this video. If you did want to send me a question but didn't want to put it down below, head over to my website, kyleaugustcoaching.com. Or definitely check out my TikTok manifestation man or my Instagram manifestation_man, or I think you can search Kyle August in either of those and you'll find me. But yeah, hopefully you guys are having a fantastic week. We're getting ready for the new year coming up. So 2024 is going to be your year with your specific person. Isn't that just amazing? If you think, and maybe I'll put this at the end of my videos, if you didn't like it yet and you think 2024 is your year with your specific person, give a thumbs up on this video. I was going to say comment it, but you can just give a thumbs up on this video and then everything you've set in stone, perfection. But again, thank you guys so much for stopping by today, and I'll see you in the next video tomorrow.